Ebony, how you feeling?
Good? Yeah, we're good. Are we live? Is it on?
Yes.
All right, cool. Welcome, everybody. This is the pre-show for the 5:30 Access Show, 5:30 Denver time, or wherever you're watching. Please write in and let us know where you're watching from. I love to hear, especially out of the country sometimes we get those things. So today, I know you guys are used to Tori's face on here. You have to deal with me for a couple minutes till she gets here. But today, what are we talking about Access? So the first leading topic, I believe, we're talking about Stormy Daniels. If you guys haven't heard.
Stormy.
She's a little stormy. President Trump and her had alleged relations back in 2011, but the story's coming out now because the New York Times posted something. Was that right? Why is the story coming out now?
Stormy Daniels?
Yeah, something about the New York Times. We'll talk about it more in the show, and when Tori comes, she'll break down all the legal stuff for you guys. So we're going to talk about that. Yeah, no, I know it went In Touch, but then someone broke the story.
Oh, the Wall Street Journal.
The Wall Street Journal broke it, so now In Touch says they have a story as well from 2011. But my take, I know Tori's gonna have a totally different take, so I'll give you my take. My take is, why didn't they run? I feel like they could have got a lot more money if they used their time correctly to bring this story out, you know? I think during the election would have been a good time to bring that out. Right after he got elected would have been a good time to bring it out if they're trying to hurt him with this story. So the timing of this story and some of the details in the story are a little off to me. Like, one of the details was President Trump got spanked by Stormy Daniels with the Forbes magazine. I mean, okay, I don't know if that's true or not, alleged, I should say, and that he watched a lot of Shark Week and said he hates sharks. So some of the details on this thing are a little stormy, clear, not clear here, so it's a little off, but I was just bringing up a little.
Does it matter?
It doesn't matter, but I mean, I was just saying to them, I'm like, it's a little weird, the timing of the whole thing. Like, I think they could have did a lot more damage if that's what they're trying to do, if they brought it out a little more poignant time.
Right, yeah.
You know, or at least got more money for the story.
Yeah, I mean, with all the things going on, I mean, it's, you know, obviously the Russia thing's always looming. You have the government shutdown looming. You have the DACA vote. You know, you have the porn star. You have the funding for the wall.
We're building a pile.
You know, it's just like there's so much going on.
Right.
It's just like after a while, it's just, you know, as a citizen, I just want quiet.
I hear you.
Whatever happened to that? Like, do you remember just like, I was watching John Oliver and he just said this thing where he was like, do you remember when you didn't know who anybody in the government was?
Yes, yeah.
Like you didn't know who the Attorney General was. And now granted, you probably should. You know?
You should, yeah, you should.
It's like
but sometimes ignorance is bliss,
right?
In some sort of a sense.
Sometimes bliss is everything running the way it should.
Right.
And it's like, you know, it's just like a perfect example was like, remember that guy that he tried to appoint to be some kind of judge or lawyer that had never tried a case, and he got embarrassed at the. We have a real person here. Tori,
I was saying, like, who broke that story?
No, who was the guy that Trump appointed that was going to be like the head lawyer but had never tried a case?
Oh,
what position was that?
he just sprayed it.
You just sprayed perfume like an old homeless woman. Oh my God! Trying to like get into a building.
That's strong.
First of all,
it's beautiful. It's beautiful.
It's Chanel. Let's just say that it's Chanel.
It's just a lot.
All of them.
And it was a lot. It was a lot. He was up for something in the Justice Department,
right?
Which means you need a background. The guy had never tried a case, never been inside of a courtroom. We have these ongoing issues with appointees that are just not. If you've seen the Cory Booker and Kamala Harris, they're in the Senate Judicial Committee. They went after the Homeland Security Secretary. She's just had to sit there as they screamed at her. I mean, it's as polarizing as it gets in the Senate right now.
It's just frustrating because it seems like there's a lack of control about what's going on, and everybody thinks that it's partisan. And look, we would not be saying this was Romney, or there's like, I don't care if you're a Republican. I actually agree with some Republican ideologies.
A lot of people, I think, on this panel are actually conservatively fiscally very conservative.
Very much so.
And I think socially you guys are probably very liberal, but there's some libertarians on this panel. What I think you and Jeff and I and the rest of the panel can't deal with is the lack of polite discourse in the country that we used to have. There used to be something called bipartisanship where you'd have a McCain-Feingold bill that crossed the aisles. That you would never see that today, and that's sad because
I think it's respect.
Have that respect.
Respect for one another. What side you're on, I don't care.
Exactly. So little respect that Maxine Waters and John Lewis don't think that Trump respects them. They are boycotting the State of the Union. That is enormous. Two civil rights heroes are not going to be there, and this is you know, I'm saying respect on both sides,
Yeah,
honestly.
and
I'm not saying...
And no matter what side you're
bash
on,
Trump.
whether you like the president or you don't like the president, both sides have to respect the other side.
It's a great
You know what I mean?
point.
And not saying sides. Just respect the person. Don't worry
right.
about what side they're on. Respect the person for what they stand for. And even if the person is saying on either side something you don't like, doesn't mean you need to retaliate with hate. If someone's saying hateful messages, doesn't mean you have to retaliate with hateful messages. You know what I'm saying? And that's
Yeah.
what I think there's a lot of like, he said, she said, and bickering, and it's getting very like high school-esque.
Especially when you deal with, and I'm not, again, if you're for Trump, that's awesome, against Trump, whatever. When you tweet a lot like that, it becomes high school, because it's like writing on people's locker rooms.
Again, I agree, but I'm saying there's no need to retaliate that. There's no need for him to write that in the first place. There's no need for people to retaliate.
Exactly.
So it goes both ways, and I think
does.
everyone just needs to look in the mirror and see what they're doing. You know, we had some moving topics today about the woman who made that video at Alabama.
Oh my God.
So we were talking about that, and then a lot of people are writing back like, well, if she did this, it's okay for me to say this. No, it's not okay. Don't worry about what she said. Worry about what you're saying.
How can you make
And that's-
yourself better?
Right. Always look yourself in the mirror, and I always say it like 100 times, you're going to hear it 1,000 times more. The best advice I ever got was, every time you point your finger at somebody, you have 3 pointing back at you. And that I learned that a long time ago. And,
Every time you say that, I get excited, because I'm like, I'm doing it.
yeah, because it's a great message, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? So no matter who you're pointing a finger at, you got something wrong 3 times against you. So
But-
watch who you point your finger at.
It's true, and Pema Chodron, who is my Buddhist teacher, always says, drive the points into one, which means look into what you could have done to help that situation. No matter if the other person was absolutely 100% wrong, what could you have done to make that situation a better situation?
That's a great point.
And-
But I just started with, how many times do you go to class?
I read like 2 hours a night.
So he's your teacher?
Well, she doesn't know if she's my
your
teacher. Pema Chodron?
But I don't know if you could just
She's
claim.
on Oprah.
I don't know if you could just claim that.
She's my Buddhist teacher and guru. Absolutely.
So Tony Robbins is my teacher?
1,000,000%.
Yeah.
I think that's baloney that you couldn't say that. Also, look
I eat
how
bologna. Is he
multi-sided-
my teacher?
Okay.
She?
The other thing I wanted to ask is that's sort of why I wanted to do Daily Blast Live, to be super
Yay!
honest with you, because
Friday.
it had discourse back into the conversation. I get to talk to you, you get to write us in, and we're not yelling at each other. You might not agree with me, I might not agree with Jeff, but I respectfully have a debate. That's what it used to be like. So I think Daily Blast Live is so exciting because it's bringing us back to where we used to have a conversation.
And I like that. And I like hearing from you guys. No matter what side you're on, we love hearing from you guys, like she just said. You got to put some more on.
Thank you much. Thank you.
This is why I don't like working at Daily
But what else do we have?
Party time, Rita.
Party time, guys. We're getting ready for the show today.
It's Friday.
We have a lot to talk about, especially Michael Douglas's accuser has stepped forward, Sue Brody, and saying that he was humiliating her by putting his hand down his pants and activating.
Hey, let me
Okay,
say
thank
something
you.
when I was
Saving
reading.
me there.
No. I'm gonna say something that I probably wouldn't say on the panel, but I'll say it to you guys because this is what I'd ask Tori on the side, anyways. So, and I'm not using this specific story, the Michael Douglas one, but I'm saying as a fisherman's tale goes, if you caught a fish 30 years ago, after 30 years, that fish gets bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. Does this apply at all with what we're seeing in today's society, or is that totally shut down? If you were sexually abused in any way, you would remember detail to detail.
Yeah, 1 second. This is why you just nailed it. Remember when?
And I hope I'm not misplacing
No,
my
you're
words
asking
there.
questions.
Right.
This is the whole idea of education. Dylan Farrow came out and said, I was on my stomach. I was looking at the toy trains. There's very little you actually want to add or embellish psychologically. Most people repress, so your brain will literally go amnesiatic with what happened. So you don't add on usually in these type of sexual trauma. Sorry, give me 1 second. And what you do is you repress. So when they come forward, it's in pieces. Now, Fisherman's Tale is like, how do I embellish?
Right. And I'm not trying to compare fishermen to sexual harassment. I just want to make that clear.
This is a great question.
Right, and I just
It's a
want to make
great
that clear because you have to be very clear in how you're
Absolutely.
asking that.
And
And I'm not trying to diminish anyone coming forward at all or anything like that. I have to
This
put
is
that
what
disclaimer on
we
there.
appreciate
Yeah.
like a man asking these. 3% of all sexual assault cases are wrong, are false, and only 3%. So that's
a
97% of those are telling the absolute truth. So it's pretty rare for someone to come up with it. There are people that do that, I'm not saying that. But I think the idea of making yourself look grander is why that Fisherman's Tale gets bigger. But I think in sexual assault, you made yourself feel smaller. And you wouldn't want to embellish or do that. That's my own opinion.
No, that's a great answer.
Yeah.
I want to clear it up. And I'm, again, not comparing, but I thought that when I was reading the prompter, it kind of, what it struck me was when I was reading the prompter, and she's like, the Forbes magazine, and then he didn't like sharks and things like that. I was like, I mean, these are details I could have done without.
But these are details that corroborate her story. So if we have a history of him on This Is Trump, of course, we're talking about the Stormy Daniels situation.
We got some breaking news update.
Oh, cool.
But interesting combo. Interesting combo nonetheless.
Oh, guys, we have breaking news right now. Tom Petty's, thank you. Oh, God. Tom Petty's cause of death is a massive accidental drug overdose. So I know I watched the documentary, and he was on heroin for a long, long time. He was on several pain medicines, including fentanyl patches, OxyContin, Restoril, Xanax, Celexa, fentanyl.
Jeez.
It was a number of medical problems and
So prescription medication.
Prescription. It was not heroin, as he was addicted to before he got sober, but the official death certificate is deferred, and it is a massive accidental, it looks like prescription drug overdose. So this is coming in right now. Again, we're live, guys. We want to keep you up to date.
So,
fentanyl was also linked to the deaths of Prince and Lil Peep.
Little people. Okay, how about Michael Jackson now with
That's
the prescription?
propofol.
But that was prescription.
Correct.
Right, but these are all prescriptions. So now, when is someone responsible for these deaths, for the greatest musicians of our time, going to have to be held responsible?
And that's the opioid.
I know Michael Jackson.
That's right. That's the
was.
opioid epidemic that we're
Right.
dealing with, and that's something that both sides could cross the aisle, like infrastructure, opioid epidemic. That's when Republicans and Democrats could come together and say, "This is the best for America. What can we do to make this happen?"
And maybe this is a step to put those sides together and come closer to the middle and
The
agree
silver,
at least on
that's
one
right.
thing.
The
Right.
silver lining is that we have, perhaps this is the impetus to say a Tom Petty bill or something where we deal with this, because obviously people with low income status are dealing with it, and now the top of the top. You see Tom Petty, Michael Jackson, Lil Peep, Prince. These people had all, and they are dying at the same issue. So we obviously have an epidemic, and again, just what Jeff and I were talking about, can we cross the aisle? Well, stuff like this, there isn't a political.
Whoa.
You're right there, buddy?
Watch it, buddy.
There's no political.
All right, little T. I gotta roll.
All right, see you guys.
See you guys in the show.
So there's no political tinge to either of these. So let us know what you guys think. Breaking news, just so you guys know, Tom Petty died of a massive accidental prescription drug overdose. Organ failure to that. So rest in peace, sir, and we'll hit you guys with more info on the show. Thanks, guys.
Thank goodness it's Friday, January 19th, and this is Daily Blast Live. We've got everything you need to know in trending news and entertainment, and it's all live right now.
More sordid and embarrassing details have surfaced about Donald Trump's alleged affair with porn star Stormy Daniels. The shocking twist that may rock the White House next.
The Women's March is tomorrow as cities across the nation prepare for millions to take to the streets. Will it be record-breaking numbers?
Don't stop believing, because the Dream concert is happening. We've got the deets, so pour some sugar on me. It's too literal. I think we cut it.
Welcome to Daily Blast Live. It's Friday, January 19th. We are the only live show talking breaking news, entertainment, and trending topics that you're talking about right now, no matter where you're watching. Let's get this thing kicked off with the top 5 trending topics you need to know with our favorite big brother, Jeff Schroeder.
Thank you, Erica Cobb. Looking beautiful as always. That's right, guys. We are live, and I'm here with media maven Ebony Steele, TV personality Sam Shocker, and everyone's favorite comedian, Mr. Al Jackson.
Happy Friday, y'all.
Yeah, buddy. I'm Jeff Schroeder, and we're a trending news and entertainment show that is live, and we cover what is happening right now. Our entire DBL team is in our studio this Friday, ready to cover news the moment it breaks. And trending all day long and still making headlines right now, porn star Stormy Daniels, President Trump, and their relationship. The Wall Street Journal is reporting that Trump's lawyer established a private company in October of 2016 to pay Daniels $130,000. Also trending right now, details of Stormy's 2011 interview with In Touch magazine claiming they had unprotected sex acts, and she actually spanked Trump with a copy of Forbes magazine.
Did we know what month that magazine?
Was he on the cover?
But the magazine, not the Forbes magazine, In Touch magazine, never went with the story until now.
That's right. Yeah, after the Wall Street Journal came forward with this, they have proof, you know, that not only that Trump's lawyer set up this company in Delaware, but also that they paid her $130,000 right before the election in 2016. And we have to remember, you know, a lot of Trump's fan base is Christian fan base, and will they think differently now that they know, or possibly that, you know, when they did have this alleged affair, it was in 2006, that was after he had married Melania and just a couple months after she had given birth to their son. So.
Well, there's a part of me that says, and Erica Cobb actually said this earlier, that what two consenting adults do is what two consenting adults do, whether they're married or other things that's going on. But I do have an issue. The reason that we look into the history of our politicians is that we base our voting on the decisions that they've made in the past.
And character.
And character. And so I think this just speaks volumes to some things that people are already speculating.
Yeah, I don't know if that's true, because, you know, we look at Roy Moore. I mean, he had a large Christian fan base that was ready to vote him. He's banned from like 2 malls for stalking young girls. So it's like, I've seen that, and I appreciate that. But you know what I think it is, and I was reading this article in the Atlantic, and what it was saying is there's a lot of evangelicals that vote only on like their single issue voters, like no abortion, things like that. They really don't care about your personal life. And I don't think this is going to affect Trump's popularity one way or the other. There'll be some late night Saturday night jokes by the host, but I don't think that's
I
it.
think sometimes it's not the leadership that scares me, it's the people around us that may have voted for certain leaders, and you know that they feel that certain way. So
yeah, it's just interesting. For me, it was the timing of the whole thing. I think they could have profited more if they were trying to hurt Trump at a different time rather than right now. That's all. Just something to boggle your mind a little bit. The whole thing does. But you guys are still talking about Michael Douglas. His accuser is now stepping forward just 10 days after he tried to get ahead of the story with his own version. Journalist and author Susan Brody recounted her allegations against Douglas this morning on the Today Show. Here's what she had to say.
He slid down to the floor, unbuckled his belt, and put his hand inside his trousers. And I could see what he was doing. He thought he was the king of the world, and that he could humiliate me without any repercussions.
Douglas says Brody's story is a complete fabrication.
And that story that she's allegedly talking about was a one-on-one between the two of them doing a script read where he did a lewd act in front of her. And she also talked about the fact that it was just this constant sexual harassment, according to her, of him calling his private parts a number of different slang words and following her down the hall with his private
It gets a lot more vulgar. The clip that we played was just the beginning of that. It gets a lot more vulgar during that whole exchange there. But right now, we're just hours away from a possible government shutdown. Digital producer Kelly Schubert has the breaking news fast blast.
Yeah, Jeff, right now we're less than 5 hours away from a possible government shutdown that could affect millions of Americans. A short-term spending bill passed in the House, but now the Senate needs to vote ahead of a midnight deadline. This is a live look from the Senate floor right now. The government shutdown will affect people like active duty military and undocumented immigrants who are part of the DACA program. It will also affect government employees like health officials from the CDC who say a government shutdown will make it much harder to fight that deadly flu outbreak. I'll keep you guys updated. Back to you.
Thank you, Kelly, again.
Are we sure the government's not shut down already? You see that picture? It's like 3 people in there.
Happening right now, millions are getting ready for tomorrow's 2nd annual Women's March. There you go. Last year, 4 million people participated across the globe, and this weekend, more than 200 events are planned nationwide. Events include Seattle, Spokane, Grand Rapids, and Buffalo, New York. Sam, Erica, and Tori all went to the march last year, right?
Oh, there he is.
There's Sam, which is, that picture's epic.
It was awesome. I covered the Women's March. I did a whole article for the Huffington Post in regard to the Women's March, and it was one of the best days of my life. And I loved that it was so inclusive. You know, people of different ethnicities and race and gender and age. And Sophie, I would think I was about 5 months pregnant there. So Sophie
was there.
Sophie was there. My husband was there. I thought it was incredible.
What changes do you think the march created? There's Erica and her husband Anthony.
Yay. What was that?
I said, what do you think the march created for women? What do you think that did for women to march?
It wasn't just women. That's what's interesting is there is, you know, people there, I think we're marching for just people that felt marginalized. So women, the Black Lives Matter movement.
All of those things converged together, and that's what made it so big and beautiful.
Yeah, trans rights.
Yes.
So I think if
so
anything,
even though it's titled the Women's March, it's for everybody?
Yes,
that has injustices?
Yes, I believe so, because I saw a lot of different people from a lot of different backgrounds fighting for, even for the DPL, you know, the pipeline.
Right.
So it was incredible. So I think it just kind of brought us all together to fight for social injustices.
And this year's actual motto or message is actually march, register, vote.
Love
Women, our vote and our voice counts so much. So let's not let all of this be in vain.
All right, pop culture guru Tori Shulman with the story coming in hot.
Yes, first off, I just want to give a shout out to all my Facebook and YouTube people watching. We have someone from Fiji, Jovessa Tamani. Can we all say, Bula, 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 hello. All right, signs are one of the most empowering and entertaining parts of the march. Up your sign game and stand out from the crowd. Here's how to do it. First up, bling that baby out and go for shapes. Square signs are so 2017. The more glitter, feathers, and neon colors, the better. Next up, come on, pop culture references always work. Think of popular words, songs, or movies to reference on your sign. And finally, don't be afraid to be a little naughty. Signs that might make your grandma blush usually end up being the most popular. Now, this is my sign. Women just want to fundamental rights. And it's not blurry, it's family friendly, TV appropriate version. But so you can do it. DBL Nation, let me know your signs and I will sign me up. Back to you guys.
Yeah. All right, thank you, Tori. All right, you can stop believing because it's happening. Wait for it. 2 of the greatest rock bands of all time, Journey and Def Leppard, have announced a massive co-headlining tour. Take a listen to a few of their smash hits. You get the intro now? I don't stop believing. But the 58 city tour kicks off May 21st. Tickets go on sale February 3rd, and those are all the cities they're going to be playing in across the country. I know my wife's super excited.
Of course,
I'm an 80s
Jordan
fan.
is.
I didn't know what a big band Def Leppard is. I know it's embarrassing, but it's a black dude. Like, I didn't know until I heard all those songs. I was like, oh, those are always the songs that are on the jukebox when people are drinking a lot of Fireball.
Exactly.
Like the pop just said, they're huge. They're huge.
Yeah, they're huge. And I know all those songs, but I didn't know one band made all of them. I'm going now.
I saw Journey a couple years ago at the Hollywood Bowl, and you know the new singer they found in the Philippines, I believe, and they found him off a YouTube video, and oh my gosh, he is so unbelievable.
It's like a true rock star, like with Mark Wahlberg, where they replaced him with. I know.
He's beyond spot on, and he came from a really humble background, and now he can support his whole family. Awesome story.
That's putting it mildly.
Right.
Yeah, he can support the whole island.
Okay.
A lot of people happy right now.
Good for him.
All right, Daily Blast Live covers breaking news and trending stories live no matter where you're watching us. Erica Cobb, what's coming up?
Well, we want you to get online or grab your smartphones and open the DBL app because coming up is our Trivia Showdown. We're testing your knowledge about superhero movies. The best part is you could win a cool prize if you're the viewer with the highest score, so that's coming up. Plus, fabulous Golden Globe Vogue dresses up for auction for the Me Too movement? There's still time to bid. We'll tell you how. And do you need a good way to ring in the weekend? We've got the clips that'll make you smile. Next, when comedian Al Jackson rates these videos.
Hello, you guys. Bula again, Tafichi to Javasi Tamani. We have some amazing home decor issues. Tell me what's going on, Connor.
Yeah, so Money Magazine has compiled the top 10 home design trends of 2018. So the first one we have here is this resort tropical look.
I kind of am warming up to this.
I love this.
You do?
So it's a mix of wicker.
Okay, I love wicker.
Pale, colorful sort of accents, plants, and patterns.
Cute.
Another trend we have is bright colors. So gone are the days of the neutral accent walls.
Kind of excited.
We're gonna have these bright, welcoming colors. So bright blues, bright yellows, different things like that.
Oh, I love that.
Your accent walls to sort of welcome people in.
I love that.
Another one we have here is mixed metals. So we've seen the trend of gold come and go. So now we're gonna see golds, brasses, silvers all together in one to create dimension to a space. So if you want to see the others, you can actually head over to Pinterest and check them out.
That's amazing. My bathroom is dark navy blue, bright, with gold and silver and bronze accents.
Love that.
So I'm on trend. I just need a wicker toilet.
Yes.
Let's work on that. All right, what's going on here? Oh, something about the cost. I'm very interested, Kelly.
Well, we all know how expensive makeup is. Well, someone at Pop Sugar actually calculated a breakdown of how much your lipstick costs per ounce. So let's refer to the charts.
I just bought one on Amazon.
And they break it down by cheapest. So Wet n Wild, which is a drugstore brand, to Tom Ford, which is notoriously very expensive.
That's right.
So if we look, it's actually per ounce. So if you look, this lipstick is $1 for a 0.13 ounce, and that ranges about $8 total. If you were to get a Tom Ford in ounce form, it'd be $540 of lipstick.
That's like a drug.
Obviously, this brings up a lot of conversations about the makeup industry and how much they're charging, but also the quality of the products. You have to take that into consideration and the brand names. So, as always, we want to hear your comments on all of our trending stories.
It's true. Like Armani, I sometimes think, oh, are you just paying for the name? Then I went to and looked up Armani, Chanel, fantastic makeup. Tom Ford, my friend wore it at her wedding on as a lip, fantastic but pricey. Do we have a quick shout out for Def?
Oh yeah, well I want to just point out, this isn't my story, but Rick Allen, drummer of Def Leppard, he has one arm.
He's still killing it.
Yeah, I saw him in concert once and I was just utterly amazed.
That's true. Let's give another shout out, guys. Tom Petty just breaking in, massive accidental overdose from prescription drugs. So rest in peace. We're thinking of you, Tom Petty.
Yeah.
We're thinking of you.
Miss you.
Welcome back to Daily Blast Live. We are all about breaking news, trending topics, and keeping it fun. On Fridays, we rate this video when comedian Al Jackson recaps the best viral videos of the week with a little help from Jeff Schroeder. Take it away, guys.
All right, thank you so much, Erica. That's right, it's Friday, Al, finally.
Already,
you know what time it's for? Rate this video, Al. Well, you're everyone's favorite comedian, Mr. Al Jackson.
What's up, brother?
I know, we're getting into the Friday thing early, man.
Yeah, well, let's get into it.
Let's get into some videos. Here we go. Some days it feels like everything is against you, Al. Not us, but for this guy.
Now, this guy's in a hurry. Now, I feel like it's a little advantage. They got to where they're going faster.
Yeah, there you
my
go.
issue is like, come on, Amsterdam, no one helped them up. I mean, that's a little rude. So because of that, Amsterdam's actually going to lose them some emojis, so they only get 2. Al, head bandage emojis. Let's go to the next one.
Oh, all right. Al, you're tough on this Friday. I like it. All right, it takes some men a long time to say what this newborn has already mastered. Listen closely.
It sounded like she said I love you to her.
All right, now Jeff. I mean, it's got to be 5, right?
That's got to be 5.
But there's an issue.
What?
The other baby didn't say it back.
Oh.
No, we've all said it too soon, and there's no reciprocation.
It's embarrassing.
And because of her brother, unfortunately, she's going to lose a half an emoji, but she still gets 4.5. Al, oh my God, that's so cute emojis. Let's go to the next one.
All right, there are tools to make life easier. I'm not sure these girls found the best one to use, Al. Check this out.
Okay. I just like this video because it's like, you know that you and your friend are the exact same intelligence. Both of you guys are like, hey, we were meant to meet each other. I really kind of respect them because they were both equally unprepared. And because of that, they're going to get 3. Al, emojis, let's go to the next one.
Not bad, Al. All right, Al, here we go. You ready for this one?
I'm ready.
Cleveland.
What?
The Cavs.
The who?
This kid.
The world champion Cleveland Cavs. Go ahead.
Al, take it away, please.
All right.
Here you go.
Now, I mean, there's LeBron on the court, but this kid actually outshines LeBron. Look how cute this kid is. He took it over. I mean, can you dance like that?
No,
I absolutely can't. I just want to see this kid dance forever. And because of that, because he's at home on the Cleveland Cavs home floor, you're going to get 5 Al emojis, and that makes it a what, Jeff?
That's a Hall of Famer.
That's right. Yes, go Cavs.
Go Cavs. I'll give you that one. Everyone remember Michael Jordan? All right, no, never mind. All right, that was rate this video, whatever favorite comedian, Mr. Al Jackson. We are live. Digital producer Raquel Villanueva with news at the moment.
Well, Jeff, right now the black dresses from the Golden Globes are up for auction, and it's all for a good cause. All proceeds benefit the Time's Up Legal Defense Fund, and most of the gowns in tuxes start at $2,500. But some are a little pricier. Nicole Kidman's Givenchy dress is starting at $10 grand. If you have $2,550 to spare, you could own this Ralph and Russo dress worn by Penelope Cruz. Still out of your price range, you could win one of these 3 outfits by entering a $25 sweepstakes. We'll post that link on our Facebook page. Back to you.
Thanks, Raquel. So you have to register in order to get that $25 dress, is that right?
That's right. In order to see the auction, I had to pre-qualify. So when you go there, there's a little place to enter, and they just want to validate your eBay ID. So I'm still going through that process right now.
Thanks, Raquel. Does that include the Givenchy dress?
Givenchy. I'll bid for you, Jeff.
Givenchy. I will be putting $25 in my pocket. All right. Daily Blast Live is all about live news. And
Jeff, by the way, do you know where you wear that dress?
Givenchy.
Sussex.
Erica Cobb, what's coming up?
Oh, sorry. Calling all mortals, do you have what it takes to win our superhero trivia showdown? Whip out your phones and get on the DBL app or go to dailyblastlive.com so you can play along with us. That's coming up right after this.
Avocado in a cocktail? We'll tell you why it's trending next.
Is it weird that I like to dance to my theme song? Brooke, what's going on? It's Friday, but...
It's Friday and I like to drink martinis.
Oh my God, James Bond over here. Now tell us what this is.
You'll see this in the next block. It's basically avocado toast cocktail. It's insane. It smells funky. We've been trying it all day.
Now it's really spicy, so take a look at that. Tell us all about this.
But anyway, I have another cocktail-related story for you guys. So just in time for Valentine's Day, actually, Target is selling rosé cotton candy.
Are you so into this?
I'm so into it. I love rosé. I love cotton candy. They're also selling champagne cotton candy if that's more your style. But it's a part of their whole Valentine's Day lineup. I know it's already insane. Stores are stocking up on candy for Valentine's Day. So I guess Skittles announced a whole new Valentine's mix at Target as well. But this is only $2.99, this cotton candy, which, you know, I don't even have a date for Valentine's Day. I'm just gonna buy some for myself, sit at home, have my rosé cotton candy, maybe watch some Netflix. I don't know. I need some suggestions on movies. I don't know where this is going. It sounds like a sad Valentine's Day. And, you know, I'm okay with that, DBL Nation. Anyway, tell me if you'd try this, because I totally would. Rosé cotton candy. But I do have to tell you, there's no alcohol in it, which is kind of a letdown. But it's non-alcoholic, so.
Alcohol. You can always add alcohol.
Yes, you can. You know what you can do? You can just eat it while you're drinking something. Raquel is totally right about that. Raquel, what kind of dress on this would you have gone?
On the
actually being your dresses?
Of the Givenchy ones? Yeah, let me pull it up.
Which one?
I like the Penelope Cruz dress. I think that's pretty.
I love it.
It would fit me.
I
That's the
know.
pre-qualified link I was telling people about.
Okay,
You have to
yeah.
click on that, and then you have to answer all these questions. And I got rejected at first.
You did? Why?
I don't know if I'm
Did you have to put your income in?
No.
Hey, seriously, does that $25, if I put my $25 in, could I get a like Hugh Jackman suit?
What are these 3 dresses?
Oh, no Givenchy?
No Givenchy.
5 seconds.
But Hugh Jackman is $2,500.
No, thank you.
You're watching Daily Blast Live. We're all about breaking news, trending topics, and entertainment. And on this Friday, we're keeping it fun with a little DBL Trivia Showdown. We're testing your knowledge about superhero movies. Take it away, Game Master Tori Shulman.
Oh my, Game Master! Erica Cobb, the announcement was phenomenal.
She just made your life.
Now she did. All right, we're in this camera, guys. Today's showdown is between Jen Wiederstrom and Sam Shocker, and all of you, the viewers. So go to dailyblastlive.com and tap Vote Now. Questions will appear on your device. Now,
the winner,
out?
Yes,
she does. She always stretches. The winner, will you show this off, please, Vanna White, will win this DBL #Genius t-shirt. Thank you, Vanna.
Wow.
Thank you. All right, guys, you guys ready? You need to wait until I finish the whole question before you ding.
Boom.
Okay, hands out. Here we go. It's superhero, guys, so get ready. Number one, what actress has not played Catwoman in a Batman movie? Not. Is it Alicia Silverstone, Michelle Pfeiffer, or Anne Hathaway? Oh my gosh! Sam?
Anne Hathaway.
Alicia Silverstone.
Correct! Yes, that's what I meant. This is what happens when you jump the bell. All right, here we go.
Jump the bell.
You're right, you're right. I apologize. All right. Question number 2. I've never met two more. Okay. According to IMDb, what is the highest grossing superhero movie of all time? Is it Iron Man 3, The Avengers, or Captain America Civil War? Oh my word!
We're this much competitive. It's Captain America Civil War.
Nope.
Avengers.
Correct. Okay.
Oh, this is getting good.
Ladies, calm down a little bit, but I kind of like it. Here we go. Question number 3.
For the dancing.
No, I love it. Question number 3. In Fantastic Four, what is Jessica Alba's superpower? Lightning speed, super strength, or invisibility? Jen.
Invisibility.
Correct. All right, here we go.
I cheated a little.
All right, question number 4. Guys at home, viewer 1702 is kicking it.
Yeah,
here we go.
buddy.
Wolverine's claws.
Who's Wolverine?
I meant Wolverine. Stop making fun of me right now. Wolverine's claws are made out of what metal? Titanium, adamantium, or steel?
Titanium.
Incorrect.
Adamantium.
Correct.
I knew it was an E.
Wow.
I knew it
Last
was an
question. All right, last question. Guys, you guys ready? I'm out of breath.
Yeah.
Question number 5. Jennifer Garner and Ben Affleck met on the set of which movie?
Oh, come on.
Back off. Daredevil, Sin City, or Wonder Woman? Sam.
Daredevil.
Yes. But hold on. Let's go to our cute producer, Lex. No,
I just got one.
No, you just gave that to me. Sam got.
Yeah. So Jen.
What do we get a tiebreaker?
Oh, we got a tiebreaker.
No, I think it's a tiebreaker.
All right.
Tiebreaker.
Yeah, all right, here we go. Here we go. Tiebreaker. The closest number without going over wins. How much money has Wonder Woman made worldwide to date? Sam.
$1 billion.
Okay, and Jen?
What, I can't go under?
Right.
Don't prices right me. Don't you prices right me.
And the answer is 821 million. Samantha Shocker with the win! Very nice. All right, well, avocado toast, great transition here. Avocado toast is all the rage. Just ask the hipster. So why not turn it into booze? We have radio girl Erica Cobb with the story and the cocktail coming in hot.
Thank you, Game Master Tori. Avocado toast has been a brunch favorite for quite a while, but now a bar in Boston is now making it drinkable with avocado toast cocktails. It's pretty simple to make. You just blend in avocado, vodka, and kale together. Add some simple syrup, some fresh lime, spice, and chili spices. Shake them up and pour into a cocktail glass limed with breadcrumbs. And voila, you got yourself avocado toast in a drink. I would drink it, but we have a flu epidemic going on. And everyone's had their mouth on this. I'm not trying to get sick. Cheers to you, Boston, and avocado toast.
Erica could sell anything.
Sold me.
Like, I want that drink now, just the way Erica
I don't, because she sold me on the flu epidemic.
Yeah.
I'm out. We've got an exciting update on this story that's so close to our hearts. TM Landry College Prep has raised $85,000 in just a few weeks. Al's generous $5,000 donation got it in motion, and then our parent company Tegna kicked in another 10 grand, and the rest is history. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
Yes.
Hey guys, it's Kelly in the Digital Lounge. So we know that Valentine's Day is right around the corner, and we want to bring you an interesting poll coming from the Food Network. So if you look here, it's actually, come on in.
Oh, here we go.
So the Food Network, I was saying, has actually cultivated the most popular Valentine's Day candy by each state.
I love when they do this.
Yeah, so it's really curious. So catering to our viewers, in Washington, the most popular was a heart-shaped box.
Cute, you
Chocolates
guys.
are classic, gotta go
Hit
with
me,
that.
Seattle. What's going on with your heart-shaped box?
In New York City was also the heart-shaped box.
Whoa.
So Buffalo.
Hello, Buffalo.
And then in Grand Rapids, it was conversation hearts.
Oh my gosh, the ones with the little words on them. Go blue, that's amazing.
And then in Colorado, where we are, it was also conversation hearts.
Wow.
So there's a trend happening.
Seems to be a lot of hearts going on.
There's chocolate roses. There's so much you can do for
That's
Valentine's
awesome.
Day.
That's great. Let's move over to Brett. What do you have?
So the Foo Fighters are launching their Australian tour tomorrow.
Awesome.
I'm jealous. Wish I was down there.
Awesome.
Awesome. Yeah.
That's incredible.
Might. And so they're having some pop-up hotels with a beer. Pop-up hotel. I haven't heard of that before. Have you?
Pop-up.
It's like
Say it again?
they're a hotel. They're renaming this hotel the Foo Fighters Hotel in Sydney, and it's like a pop-up bar inside too. And they're having this Foo Town Lager. So it's their own Foo Fighter beer. So it's pretty cool. It's just a big promotional thing for their Australian tour, and I'm pretty jealous of it.
Here's the thing. I think you can do a pop-up anything at this point.
You can.
You could do a pop-up therapy session, a pop-up.
I need one of those.
I think we could do that. All right, I'm gonna go, but you guys tell us what could be popped up.
Yeah, say here, tell us what can be popped up. And something else I just haven't been able to talk to all day. 686, a snowboard apparel company, they partnered with PBR, and this jacket, low-key, can hold a 12-pack of beer, which is incredible. It only costs $250, or 4 interest-free payments of $62.50. Would you guys want this jacket? 12 beers? That's kind of a lot for one person.
PBR to shred the gnar!
Blast Live, let's take a look back at a funny moment from today's show.
Welcome to Daily Blast Live. It's Friday! Woo!
The little kid's the best. Oh.
All right, everybody, have a great weekend. The stories never stop. We don't either. We are live on YouTube and Facebook. Keep the conversation going.
Yay!
Happy Friday, everybody. What a fun act.